Trojan Philly, what's up, man? USCJ here. Listen, it's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, we want to talk about USC offensive line and what we can expect and what we picked up in the transfer portal season. Listen, the transfer portal getting ready to close the 18th of this month, which I believe is this Wednesday. This Wednesday coming up. And so now I think if we don't get anybody else, I think that we can expect, and we want to review our offensive line and see exactly what USC can expect for this upcoming season. We know it's another window that comes open in May. But listen, right now, as of right now, how is USC offensive line going to look? And all year long, I couldn't help but to think when I seen all the success and when I seen sometime that Caleb Williams was in the pocket for sometime 5, 6, 7 seconds, and how well the offensive line was blocking all throughout my mind through the season, I was constantly thinking, wow, these guys are experienced guys. You got Brett Nealon and Diddich. You got these guys getting ready to get up out of here. And listen, my mind could not help but to think that USC is getting ready to lose these guys, and who is going to replace these guys? Well, the transfer portal came through, and USC found success in Kingston and Michael Turk, Florida and Washington State offensive linemen. You couple that with the guys that we have that were already there, Cortland Ford, guys like that, Jonah Minehine, and then you couple that with some of the freshmen that we got coming in. We want to look at those guys and see what can we expect with USC's offensive line. And listen, I think USC's offensive line could be just as good. I don't think that's an area right now that we're going to lack in. So let's take a look at it and let's see exactly where USC stands as it relates to the offensive line. Let's go. All right, so when we look at the offensive line, we know that the guys that are exiting out, it's going to be Voorhees and Nealon. Those two guys, very experienced guys. Those guys are taking their talents to the next level, which is going to be the NFL. Justin Diedich, have not had word of him yet, if he'll be making it back. He actually started at right guard for most of the season, and I believe he plays center during the Cotton Bowl. However, any event that he does come back, expecting him to come back, it's a possibility. Not sure. He may be playing center again if he returns. However, these are the guys that we got coming in right now, man. This guy right here, his name is Jared Kingston, a guy that has a whole lot of experience. We've actually beat him out, Ohio State out, for this guy right here, man. Kingston, he's listed at 6'5", 305 pounds. He was a 3-year starter at Washington State at left guard, and then most recently at left tackle. He began his career at guard. This guy has so much experience. Like I said, everybody was after him when he went in the portal. And this is a guy that has experience. We believe he's going to come in and be a starter off the top. He's a big addition. He was also like one of the PFF. I think they got his grade ranked at, I want to say, it's at a high 74, I think, 74. And you guys know coming into the season, PFF had USC's offensive line ranked in the top 5. He may be a 74 or 80, somewhere around there. But this guy has a high PFF ranking. He's a guy that has experience. And Kingston didn't allow a sack over 398 snaps this season. So this was according to PFF. He's the number 1 pass blocking guard back in 2020. So you're talking about a guy that has tons of experience. He's going to come in. This is an instant impact guy. This is going to be your next guy, Michael Turk. And this is a guy that has 2 years of eligibility left. He's a huge guy, 6'6", 300 and some plus pounds. And man, listen, this is another one that USC absolutely secured that I think is going to come in there right away with the experience and be able to make it happen as it relates to the offensive line. Turk, he earned a 71 overall grade from Pro Football Focus, including a 76.4 in pass block grade this season. So he didn't allow a sack or a hit on a quarterback in 164 pass block snaps. So I think that he's going to come in. I think between him and Kingston, then you couple some of the other guys, Gino, who started at left guard in the Cotton Bowl. I think the USC offensive line is going to be in some pretty good shape. And you got to remember, when you talk about the offensive line, you still going to have Cortland Ford, who all of us are familiar with, who I think is going to be a starter. And then you got Jonah Meinheim, who was a sophomore. And then you got Mason Murphy, that's going to be coming in as well. And we must not forget one of the guys that I thought that could possibly start coming in this season is going to be Elijah Page, which is a freshman. The guy has a massive sized body. He was a Notre Dame commit. USC ended up flipping him. And I think he's somebody that can come in as well. And then you couple that with Eleni Noah, who's coming in. You got Michael Benuelos that's coming in. Then you got Amos Talele, whose body is just incredible as well when you're talking about offensive linemen. So I think USC is in some good shape. These two transfer portal guys is going to make our offensive line that much better. And listen, I want to know what you guys think. Does USC, are they going to miss a beat, or are they going to be better, do you think, than they were last year? I think it's a possibility they could be just as good. That's just my opinion. When you look at these guys already with the experience, I think Pro Football Focus is going to rank this offensive line once again for a second year in a row. Coach Henson is doing an incredible job. I think Pro Football Focus is going to rank this offensive line as one of the best coming into the season, and Caleb is going to have some incredible pass protection. You guys hit me, let me know. All right, so that is the offensive line. That's what we can expect. I think USC is going to be in some good shape. And listen, those experienced guys, even though we don't have Brett Nealon and Andrew Voorhees, they're gone, they're exiting, and they're going to have success on the next level. Those guys are experienced guys. We're going to miss them, but at the same time, USC has now filled a slot via the transfer portal. Man, the transfer portal has been excellent for us. And listen, it had to happen this way, specifically because you got these young guys coming in, and you just don't want to have that gap in experience. And so now you got these guys coming in. You want these guys to come in. We're not sure what's going to happen with Dedich yet, but you want these guys to come in and just kind of learn from these experienced guys. And I think it's going to be something that's absolutely special for years to come, because we're going into the Big Ten. These guys are going to learn, and those guys are going to feed off of one another. And you guys know that offensive line is not it's a position that off the top you can get hurt. And some of these guys got hurt. You see what happened with Bobby Haskins and Cortland Ford. Those guys had to rotate out. And then you had to see Gino come in sometimes. So, this is a position that you need much depth, experience depth. And I think USC is now in some good position and good shape to play offensive line this season. So listen, you guys hit me. Let me know what you think. It's going to be USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Until later, everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on.